Christchurch Cathedral has been the heart, along with Cathedral Square, attracting people to the city. Sir George Gilbert Scott was responsible for the design, with Benjamin Mountford redesigning the spire. Due to money issues and public controversy over the decision to continue building, the cathedral was nearly sold off. Building continued by 1873 as the current bishop's salary was offered to reduce costs, gaining support from the leading people in the community. The cathedral was fully completed by 1904, totalling £65,000. It has played an important part in the life of the city and been a venue for many official events such as the annual Floral Festival. Multiple visits from Queen Elizabeth II have occurred, including the opening of the Visitors Centre in 1995. Devastation struck on the 22nd of February 2011, severely damaging the Christchurch Cathedral. The western end of the cathedral was damaged and most of the spire and west wall were collapsing entirely. Falling tower debris is the main cause of damage of other parts of the cathedral. Reports have been carried out to assess the damage done as well as what the future may hold. The February earthquake was not the first time the cathedral had been impacted by an earthquake. Previous ones occurred in 1881, 1888 and 1901, each time damaging the spire. So the question remains, what progress has been made so far? Here in Christchurch City CBD, the cathedral is still on its last legs. Once a major city icon, the cathedral's future is still uncertain, even after 6 years. The cardboard cathedral has been put in place and has been an adequate replacement so far. However, the structure is only temporary, which means that time is running out to make a final decision. The advancements have been made in the decision-making process, which includes parties such as the Anglican Church, the Church Property Trustees and the Christchurch City Council. So all these advancements have led astray, which leads to the question, will this major city icon finally get the decision it deserves?
The main options the City of Christchurch has are to knock the icon down or rebuild to the exact same design. This controversial topic has caused a stir and divide among many Cantabrians who just want something done and decisions to be made and finalised. Christchurch residents are divided about what is the best option as the city is slowly being rebuilt around the fallen cathedral. Many go to article comments or social media to share their opinions on the current situation, with leaders of this issue gaining a lot of negative attention through these comments. With the cardboard cathedral replacement only having a short lifespan, the community, church members and the City Council must come up with an agreed answer in order for the city to progress to its next stage in the rebuild. A poll produced online suggests that the majority of people would like the cathedral restored and believe this is a feasible option. The way the cathedral issue has been managed has led residents to feel left out and that their opinion isn't relevant in the final decision. 77% of Christchurch residents believe that they should have a say in the cathedral's future, and 86% believe the cathedral is a vital part of Christchurch's history and heritage and is too much of an icon to let go. Although this is what the majority of Christchurch residents want, who knows what the future of the cathedral is at the moment. All we know is that the city must be prepared to find a new city icon to replace the fallen cathedral.
Community resilience is the community's ability to bounce back from severe stress such as the devastating Christchurch earthquake. After a traumatic event, community connections are formed as people bond over the shared experience. Services such as the Student Volunteer Army, the Grace Vineyard, Church Response and Littleton Grassroots projects were all strategies to strengthen community resilience and togetherness. No decision has been made over the rebuild or destruction of the Christchurch Cathedral, and the fact that 51% of the public want the cathedral to be restored shows the resilience and stubbornness towards letting the natural disaster break the heart of Christchurch. Christchurch can learn a lot about the earthquake recovery and rebuilding from the Napier earthquake in 1931. Hasty reconstruction for buildings in the city centre was one action that made Napier so resilient because it kept people in the area. The situation is somewhat different in Christchurch because only some areas, such as the Cathedral Square and the Red Zone, need to be rebuilt. Napier will also struggle to find the balance between the urgency and fast rebuild and preservation of historic building, which is very relevant to Christchurch Cathedral debate. Overall, a final decision needs to be made for Christchurch to be able to move forward.